Hi, if you've watched other videos on my channel, or if you've watched lots of my videos, then you will almost certainly have seen me playing this guitar. This is a Paul Reed Smith NF-3. They've recently released an SE version of this. I'd love to try one. I haven't tried one yet. I'm sure I will at some point. I don't particularly want to buy one, but if anyone's got one that lives anywhere near me, then they want me to do a video on it, let me know, because I really want to try one. I'd love to compare it to this. This is the original, what they call core model, to the USA model. This is 2011. Anyway, I've made videos about this, spoken about it, demoed it. Amazing guitar. I've literally had hundreds of electric guitars over the last 40 odd years. This is the best one. If I had to just pick one that does, for gigs anyway, that does what I want it to do better than any other guitar, it would be this one. I've got some really good guitars. I've had some really good guitars. I've had Andersons, lots of Fenders. I've had custom shop Fenders. I've had other PRSs. I've got a Gibson I've had for a long time. But the best overall guitar, electric guitar I've had is this. Anyway, always on the lookout for another one just because they're so amazing and you don't see them very often. A little while ago, a few months ago, I picked up another one that was identical to this. And I'd made a video talking about which one I would keep, and I demoed them, compared them. They were slightly different sounding, not very different, but slightly. The other one was a tiny bit heavier than this, and that's the only reason why I think maybe this one had a slightly brighter, slightly more Fender kind of tone to it. And this is the one I kept. So this is my original one. Amazing guitar. Anyway, always fancied another one, but with a Rosewood Fingerboard, and I found one, which is this, which I prefer the finish on this one as well. So I'm going to do another video, probably a few videos actually, but I'm going to do one comparing these. Now I haven't plugged these both in together yet to compare the sounds. I have plugged this one in. I haven't even restrung it. These are the strings that the guy that I bought it off had on there. They're the same gauge that I use, but they're different actual strings, different make. So I haven't restrung it or anything. I just wanted to get it out of the box and play it. One thing I have noticed is this one is a tiny bit heavier than this. It's probably lighter than the last one I had, but it's a tiny difference. And one of the things I love about this is it's really lightweight. This is still a really light guitar, but it's got a bit more weight to it than this one. Anyway, so far I really like the sound of this. I've just used it for some lessons. I did a quick demo the other day of it. When I first got it, I just plugged it in and filmed it on my phone just to see how it sounded. It sounded great. Another thing I've noticed, just picking them up just now before putting the camera on, is that I think this one acoustically, even though it's a bit heavier, so it's not what you'd expect, but acoustically I think this one's better, the white one. This one's brilliant acoustically. I know you might think, well, what's the point in having an electric guitar that sounds good acoustically? But it just, that resonance you get when you strum it acoustically is a good way to judge your guitar before you plug it in. And this one's got a lot of that. But I think this one has got a bit more, and it's got a bit more tone to it acoustically, and that must presumably be because of the rosewood rather than the maple. But I don't know. Could be talking rubbish. Anyway, I'll try to demonstrate that. Now this isn't going to be a particularly scientific demo because this has got the strings on it that I've had on it for a couple of weeks. They're 10 to 46. That one's got 10 to 46 on it. They're different make. Those might be a bit older, the strings on that, so it's not a fair comparison. I'll do this again when I've restrung both of them. But just to give you the idea, just using the camera's mic, I'll just play a few chords on this one and then pick up that one. And with the tremolo as well, that kind of helps with to sort of, put this across, I think. Actually, that one is pretty good as well. Let's try the other one. Right, I don't know if that comes across. There's a huge difference. It's the first time I've actually played them both like that, back to back. There's a really big difference. It must be the rosewood, because they're the same. It's the same wood, the bodies. I mean, obviously individual pieces of wood might have a different tone. It's Carina, I think, the wood that these are made of. And but yeah, the rosewood fretboard is the obvious difference between them. But this one has got a lot more kind of tone to it. The tremolo set up on this one a little bit sort of looser than on the other one. I have the other one set so I can detune, but I can still use the tremolo. This one you wouldn't really want to detune it or even drop D or something, because it is slightly floating a tiny bit. That might make a difference, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know if that comes across. I'll play a couple more chords. Now the other one. Yeah, could be the strings, but that one's got a bit more sustain, I think, and it's just got a slightly fuller sound acoustically. Now, I'll plug these in and I'll compare them like that as well, but I think before I do that, what I'm going to do is restring both of them. I normally use D'Addario XS or sometimes NYXL strings, which are coated. These are quite new, and that's what there is on here already, and those were only balls which have probably been on there for a while, so I'd expect, if anything, this one to have a better acoustic sound because of that. But at the moment the white one has got the edge, but this is still that difference in the weight. If I had to take one out to a gig today, it would be this one. And plus I'm so used to it. I mean, it's amazing on gigs. It's just a brilliant guitar. Yeah, so I'll plug them both in when I've restrung them. Might be part of this video or it might be another one. And then you can hear what they sound like and the differences. Okay, thanks.